If you have ever said no to your child and suddenly felt like the entire day exploded, you are not alone. Maybe it happened in a store when your child wanted candy. Maybe it happened at home when screen time was over. Maybe it happened at the playground when it was time to leave. Or maybe it happened during a family visit when your child wanted something you were not willing to allow. You said no. And your child cried, argued, begged, yelled, or completely fell apart. In moments like that, many parents start to wonder, how do I get my child to accept no? But here is the first thing that matters. The goal is not to make your child feel happy about every limit. The goal is to help your child learn how to handle disappointment without changing the boundary. That is a very different goal. Because children are allowed to be upset. They are allowed to wish the answer were different. They are allowed to feel frustrated, sad, or angry. But over time, they also need to learn that feeling upset does not always change the answer. And that skill is not built through one perfect moment. It is built through many small moments where the parent stays clear, calm, and consistent. So why is no so hard for children? Sometimes it is simple. They want something right now. Candy in the checkout line, more time on the tablet, another turn at the park, a toy at a friend's house, another cookie before dinner. And children are not born knowing how to handle frustration well. That is a skill they have to learn. Sometimes no is harder because the child is already tired, hungry, overstimulated, or emotionally worn out. Sometimes it is harder because the limit has changed too often in the past. If no sometimes becomes maybe, and maybe sometimes becomes yes after enough crying, then your child may learn that protesting is part of the process. Not because they are bad, not because they are manipulative, but because that pattern has made sense to them. So if we want to teach a child to accept no better, we have to stop thinking only about stopping the meltdown. We have to think about what the moment is teaching. Now let's talk about what often makes this worse. The first mistake is giving the limit and then reopening it. You say no, your child protests. You explain again, then you soften it. Then you negotiate. Then finally, when you are exhausted, you give in. That teaches the child that no is not really the end of the decision. It is the beginning of a longer battle. The second mistake is using too many words. When a child is upset, long explanations often do not teach. They just create more noise. The third mistake is shaming the feeling. Saying things like, "Stop acting like that. It's not a big deal. You're too old for this." Those phrases usually do not build acceptance. They build more resistance. And the fourth mistake is giving false choices. For example, saying, "Do you want to leave now?" when leaving is not actually optional. That confuses the limit. So what does help? Start with a clear limit. Say it once in a calm and simple way. Then acknowledge the feeling. Then keep the decision closed. Then offer the next acceptable step. That is the teaching sequence. Clear limit, acknowledge feeling, do not reopen the decision, offer the next acceptable step. Let's make that practical. Imagine you're in a supermarket and your child wants candy at the checkout. You might say, "I know you want the candy. We are not buying candy today." That is the limit. Then, if your child gets upset, you do not need to argue about why candy is bad or why they already had a treat yesterday. You can simply say, "You're disappointed, I know." And then, "You may help me put the groceries on the belt, or you may stand next to the cart." Same no, but now there is a clear next step. Here's another example. You are leaving the playground. Your child wants one more turn. You might say, "You really want to stay. It's time to go." Then keep moving the moment forward. You can walk to the car, or I can help you get there. Again, the goal is not instant happiness. The goal is learning to move through disappointment. Here's another example at home. Screen time is over. Your child asks for more. You say, "You wanted more time. Screen time is finished." Then pause. If needed, repeat the limit once. Then shift forward. You may choose blocks or coloring next. That is much more helpful than saying no 5 different ways and then turning it into an argument. And here is one more. You are visiting family and your child wants to keep playing with something that is not theirs to take home. You might say, "You wish you could take it home. The answer is no." Then, "You can give it back now, or I can help you give it back." Notice what is happening in all of these moments. The limit stays clear. The feeling is allowed. The parent does not panic, and the child is given a path forward. That is how acceptance grows, not because the child suddenly loves hearing no, but because they learn that disappointment is survivable. Now, this does not mean your child will calmly say, "Okay, Mom," every time. Sometimes they will still cry. Sometimes they will still argue. Sometimes they will fall apart. But if you stay consistent, the lesson becomes clearer over time. No does not mean maybe. Big feelings are allowed, but the boundary still stands. And that is an important life skill. Because one day, you want your child to be able to hear no from the world too. No, you cannot have that right now. No, you did not win this time. No, that plan changed. No, this is not how it is going to go. A child who learns to handle no is also learning flexibility, frustration tolerance, patience, and self-control. So the next time your child protests your limit, try to remember this. You do not need to make them happy about the no. You need to help them handle the no. Stay clear. Acknowledge the feeling. Keep the decision closed. Offer the next acceptable step. That is how you teach acceptance. So here's my question for you. What does your child struggle to hear no about most? Candy, toys, screen time, leaving places, bedtime? Write it in the comments and tell me the exact situation you want help with next. And subscribe for more practical parenting support.
You have everything it takes to be a calm mom.